Hi there, Awesome Animals here. Sometimes animals can hardly avoid danger by themselves. Fortunately, when kind people find themselves close enough to help them, they inspire the animals with hope, life, and joy. These are 10 unbelievable animal rescues. Winter is a very hard time for animals. For example, in Yamal, Siberia, a poor puppy was stuck in the ice and was nearly frozen. The pooch couldn't free itself without help. Luckily, he was noticed by local workers and received their help. The men broke the icy snow with axes and rescued the dog. The poor thing realized that those people were the only chance for him to survive. That's why he wasn't even scared. His dangerous adventure was over, and he luckily was safe and not even injured. A wild fox was discovered right in the middle of a backyard stuck in a wheel. The animal was brought to the Wildlife Aid Hospital. The vets gave tranquilizers to the poor fox, and the rescuers made a special pipe out of laminated craft paper so not to injure the animal. This device helped the fox to slide easily, and in a few minutes, she was rescued. The rescuers left the saved animal in the hospital for full recovery. Young people were passing a well when they suddenly heard yipping and howling. Having looked inside, they saw a little puppy trying to escape a trap. He was hardly swimming among the garbage, which helped him to stay afloat. The animal aid was immediately called. When the rescuers were approaching the well, they heard the cries of fear and pain. One of the rescuers had descended inside the well to take the poor puppy out. The dog was scared but very happy to be saved. I hope the puppy got a new owner. Birds often find themselves in different traps and dangerous situations which are threatening to their lives. Everyone should understand that the life of a tiny bird is as important as the life of a human being, and they also need our help very often. A titmouse got into the trap of a shop window in Ulan City. A kind girl called the rescue team and they immediately started working. Despite the shop owners being against the rescue operation, the bird was luckily saved. A tiny skinny dog broke his paw and fell into a ditch full of mud. The ditch was not very deep but full of garbage, but each of the pooch's motions made the dog sink deeper to the bottom. Luckily, he was noticed by people passing by, who called the animal aid rescuers. Unfortunately, after being rescued, the vets discovered that the pooch's wound was badly infected, so they decided to amputate his paw. Before the operation, the animal was fed to be able to survive the surgery. After the surgery, the dog was nice and learned to walk on his 3 paws. The animal was called Phoenix. The saved pooch adores hugging and kissing. A poor raccoon was trapped under a tree after a hurricane. He was lucky to be found by people walking through the forest. Those kind people started to save the trapped animal. With the help of a special tool, they raised the tree as high as they could, but the raccoon was still there. To keep the wild animal calm, people had to cover the raccoon with the jacket and started digging. At last, the poor thing was free. He was very quick to escape. And it was obvious he was not injured. An injured dog was wandering along the street. Her head was badly injured and the dog couldn't even walk properly. The volunteers of the Indian Animal Aid found, fed, and tried to touch the dog, but the animal was too scared to let them touch her. It was obvious the dog needed urgent medical help. Finally, the volunteers caught the poor animal and brought her to the vet. The animals had to apply a lot of injections, medicines, and other stuff because the dog's throat was badly injured, swollen, and full of worms. After the surgery, the poor animal felt much better. She had been treated for more than a month, and the vets even called her Paulina. Pretty soon, Paulina became a real beauty. What a miracle! A woman discovered a hedgehog stuck in the ditch of her backyard. Without any hesitation, she called the animal aid team. While in the ditch, the hedgehog crawled along the tunnel but faced the basement of the house, and his thorns wouldn't let him go back. At first, the rescuer had to take the tiles away, then dug around the ground and took the little animal out of the trap. The ditch was covered with soil again, and the saved hedgehog slowly walked away. A little kitten fell into a deep well. Fortunately, the volunteers from the Blue Cross of India came just in time to save the poor animal. One of the men descended straight into the well and caught the kitten in the net. He was lifted up by other volunteers. Surely the animal was very happy to be saved and hurried away from that horrible place. Deers often suffer being caught between the bars of a fence. Probably the fawn was looking for food. The owners of the house called the rescuers. They used some aluminum sheets so not to injure the poor animal. The sheets were placed between the bars for each side of the deer. It gave the possibility to save the animal easily. Then the fawn ran away rather quickly. Passing by a suffering animal, you don't give him the last chance to survive. So please be kind to our wildlife. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more on our favorite animal stories. See you soon.